Alright guys, so today I got some awesome stuff for the Tacoma. So I got some new headlights. These are from Form Lighting. These things pretty much, if you're a Tacoma owner, you want these headlights or any brand like this because they just look so much nicer on this Tacoma. I don't know why they didn't do the full C daytime running light, but I believe on this car it's just like a L. So these look a million times better, especially having the blacked out housings and everything like that. So I'm gonna be swapping those out today, as well as you can't just put on some nice headlights without swapping out the grille. So today I also have the TRD Pro grille to slap on here as well. I think this thing's gonna come together looking super nice. So I do want to eventually get rid of all the chrome, but for now the chrome, most of it's gonna come off with the grille, but we will sooner or later get rid of some of those other chrome bezels as well on the Tacoma. So, but let's unpackage this stuff and then see what we got to work with. So this is pretty much the Toyota Heritage grille that comes on the TRD Pros. Here it is. This thing looks really nice. I think it's going to look really good with the quicksand color. So the black in that I think looks really good. So we got that to throw on. As well as some freaking awesome headlights. So these things are all LED, so LED projectors, LED daytime running light, as well as a sequential turn signal as well. So these are all plug and play, so no need for any harnesses or splicing or anything like that. And they do give you a kit as well. I believe this is for the daytime running light. Alright, so to take these headlights off, there's a few screws here, and I believe there's one screw down below, which we will have to end up taking this grill off anyways. So that's why if I'm going to do this, I might as well swap out the grill as well. So let's pop off this grill. There's probably a few clips here, a screw. I'm missing a clip here. So yeah, let's pop this stuff off and then we'll see where we have to go next. Alright, I have to say the Tacoma bumper is probably one of the worst bumpers to take off, especially if you have the fender flares, because you have to like pop off so many other little clips in order to just loosen up your bumper. So, but I got everything all popped off. There's a hidden screw right here. It's going through here to hold the last piece to the headlight. Once we get that off, we can take the whole headlight out. So, but let me just reassure, so if you do want to do this yourself, there's going to be a 10mm bolt like somewhere under here that's holding on the fender flare, so that way you can pop it off even more. There's a few tabs that are inside of there that go through the bumper here. You have to kind of pop those out as well as a bunch of little clips that are in the middle of the bumper after you take the grill off. So those will all have to come out as well. But once you do that, you could just drop the bumper enough so that way you can get access to that bolt, and then we'll pull these headlights. Alright, and now taking a look at these lights in the back. Like I said, these are all plug and play, and depending on what model truck you have, you will need to add an adapter, which they supply it. So I guess if you have factory halogen bulbs, you're going to need to add this to it. But if you have factory LED bulbs, which I think some of the newer ones do, they'll plug straight into this. So, but we'll have to add this adapter and plug it in right here, so that way we get the correct connection for our light bulb. And then another thing that they offer in here as well is this cable right here, which will add your constant daytime running light to here. So what you'll end up doing is unplugging this plug right here and then plugging that into there, and then you'll plug that into an always on fuse, so that light is running constantly. So, and I'll show you guys how I do that and where I put the fuse at as well. So, but let's add these adapters on and throw the first headlight on and let's see the difference. All right, so I just plugged everything up. That harness that came with it, my car did not need it. So I already had that like square plug in here, which is actually really hard to press together. I don't know why. I actually had to use some pliers to squeeze it together to keep it in. And then another thing, when I connected everything, I had an extra plug and I was like, why do I have an extra plug? But then I realized that they have one over here, which I think is just your running light. So don't forget to plug that one in as well. Let's hit the unlock button. All right. So yeah, you got the sequential LED there versus just your normal halogen turn signal. Now let's turn on the lights. Alright, so got the normal headlight right there. I know it's probably kind of hard to see right now, but got the normal headlight. And then you have your nice LED headlight with the daytime running light. So on the stock one, yeah, on the stock one, even the daytime running light is right here, and it actually doesn't seem nearly as bright as these ones. So these are actually look a lot brighter. And then the high beams as well. I don't know, just kind of look in the garage, you'll see the beam kick on. They look amazing. So let me throw on this other one, get everything all wired up, and don't break the tab like I did when I was taking this apart. I don't know why this broke, but I was literally lifting this up and it broke right there. So let's take that one out and then throw both of these in, and then we'll complete everything with the TRD Pro grill. All right, and something else I forgot that we have to do as well, but luckily we can do it when they're still in the car. This little garnish piece has to come off. There's 2 Phillips head screws. You just take that off and then you'll screw them right onto the... Remember that cable I was telling you about earlier in the video? That's going to have you keep your DRLs constantly. This is the cable right here. I've already plugged it into the 2 headlights and ran it underneath. I believe it was around the crash bar that I ran underneath. And now I come up here and I come around. So this is a 15 amp fuse. We're going to replace it with a 15 amp fuse. And the best one I'm going to find that's a constant is this 15 amp fuse right here. I believe this is some ECU one. I don't think it really matters where you go as long as you have power constantly when you turn on the key, not when it's running, or yeah, when you turn on the key and it's running. That's the fuse that you want to go into. So I'm gonna take this one out, put this one in, and then we'll be good to go. Finally, I got the grill on too. That thing looks amazing on this car. This changes the whole front end. Like I said, this is practically like going to a TRD Pro front end here. Look at how nice those things look. All blacked out. And looks brand new. So we'll go get some night shots too and see how well this thing looks in the dark. But it's super nice having some nice LED projectors. I don't think I've ever had a car with LED projectors in it. I've always had either the reflector housings with LEDs, or I have tried to put LEDs in a normal projector, and they tend to not have that best of a beam. So, but yeah, let's close this hood and then let's go take a look at how this thing looks outside. Alright, so driving down a pretty dark road. These are just the normal headlights. They do shine pretty good. I do notice they have like a, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. They do have kind of a weird beam pattern, but it's not anything like horrible. But yeah, so this is the low beam, and then we can turn on the high beam. The high beam is so much brighter. It gives, like, you can see everything. And then the low beam, and then off. The low beam, high beam. It's been about a week since I installed these headlights and the grille, and everything is looking so good. I've already gotten a couple compliments on these lights just because of how nice they look. But I've driven at night probably like 3 times so far, and I have to say they are so much brighter than the stock halogen headlights. So if you guys are looking for something that doesn't just look good but also functions really good, these are going to be your headlights for you. So they're not the highest end headlights out there that can cost $1,500, $2,000, but they're also not the cheap ones, because I've also heard a lot of bad things about the cheap ones. So these are the perfect all-around headlight if you're looking to upgrade your headlights on your Tacoma. So, but with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.